Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. We've got some news that was sent to me by Mr. Jimmy, and I appreciate everybody in the comment section that gets in there and gives information, the people that send it to ninjanationreport@gmail.com, all my moderators that help. This is truly amazing to have a community that reaches out and gives good news, but check this out. This is incredible. The CDC changed toxicity info on vinyl chloride days before derailment. The CDC edited the toxicology profile for vinyl chloride, massively increasing the lethal exposure level and removing information about how the chemical affects children just 2 weeks before the train derailment in East Palestine, Ohio. Unbelievable. The CDC updated changed the lethal exposure from 100 parts per million to 100,000 parts per million. That's a factor of 100x. It seems to me like, if you lessen the lethality of the chemical, then they treat it differently. Just 2 weeks prior of a 17-year run. The level had remained the same for 17 years before the CDC decided to update the number just prior to the derailment. Vinyl chloride is a carcinogen that has linked to several different types of cancer, including liver, brain, lung, as well as lymphoma and leukemia, and who knows what. So, this is the news, guys. Sorry, it's doomy. But leave me something in the comments. What do you think? Was this planned or just merely a coincidence? Okay, East Palestine resident refuses to sign hold harmless form. Now, this is really sketchy as well. Just weeks after a train carrying toxic chemicals derailed in East Palestine, Ohio, some residents say they are being asked to sign contracts they fear could prevent them from suing later on. Caitlin Schwarzenwalder and her boyfriend, Chris, lived just down the tracks. They were approached by Norfolk Southern that came by to test the toxins in her home. But before doing so, she was asked to sign a document. This is a quote. We were told they were an independent testing agency. They were escorted by the EPA. Before they could enter the premises, they handed us a contract, the harmless agreement. The document states that the landowner agrees to hold harmless unified command from any and all legal claims pursuing injury and property damage. Is that sound like something you'd want to be signing? Now, the U.S. Senator J.D. Vance of Ohio was outraged about this. He says, I talked to a woman this morning. She told me about an indemnification agreement. I hope I said that right. She was asked to sign, and I looked at it, and I was in disbelief. We called Norfolk Southern, and the excuse they gave, which is unbelievable, was that it was an accidental indemnification agreement. I'm sorry, I can't say that word. But it was an accident. Oh, sorry. They're sorry they got caught. The company acknowledged that a batch of agreements contained improper language referencing the indemnification. Quote, those incorrect forms were immediately pulled from when the problem was discovered. Norfolk said, quote, no one in the community has waived their legal rights against Norfolk Southern through this program or an interaction with us so far. So nobody has signed off, so they say, but they were. I wonder how many they got. And sadly, Caitlin says, we have symptoms. I know other people that are having symptoms who he has felt his eyes pulsating, the boyfriend, while also experiencing tingling headaches. They have been forced to transfer over 30 miles from their home. It's nothing that a person could ever imagine experiencing. It is just so surreal. And their property water is green. Guys, something doesn't add up. This should be talked about. This is a huge, huge situation that Ohio is dealing with. And the things that the legacy media doesn't cover, like, for instance, 13 states a fifth of the nation, the fifth of the United States is starting to pursue precious metals by being able to pay your taxes. All that's doing is being able to put it on the roster as legal tender. This is a really, really cool thing. That's not being talked about either. I'm hoping to have an interview with a fella from Missouri. He hasn't got back to me yet, but if not, me and Andy Scheckman are going to cover it tomorrow. It's really cool. There's a lot of stuff happening that is not being covered. So if you like this kind of information, hit the like button, subscribe, ring the bell. And if you're from Ohio, reach out to me, ninjanationreport@gmail.com. It's just a place where the community sends news, and and the Discord channel. Don't forget about Discord. M&J's over there doing a great job with Discord. I really appreciate it. And guys, thank you so much for being here. Have an awesome, awesome day. Later.